Hello, my name is Mercury, and welcome to this brand new episode of Media Buffet. Today, I'm alone and I'll be discussing Kraven the Hunter, the last of the Sony Spider-Verse movies, and that's it. I wasn't gonna follow that up with anything. I could have said it's the worst one. I'd be lying. It isn't. It's second worst. I don't know. Uh, Kraven the Hunter. It's a movie. Okay, so Kraven. Uh, we've been talking about it. For a little bit. Some history. I gotta say. I gotta tell you guys some history. This history is recorded entirely within our YouTube journey. With Media Buffet in general. So, I'm not clicking that Discord. Fuck you. Kraven the Hunter is a movie that we covered not too long ago. Wait, no. Kraven the Hunter is a movie that we covered the trailers of when it was first coming out. It's a movie that has been delayed over and over and over again, and we managed to cover the trailers. The first trailer before the before the second delay. And well, the thing is that the trailer again released before the second delay. So we covered the trailer, I believe, in July or June. I'm pretty sure it was July of 2023. And the movie then was scheduled to come out in October of that year. Well, Sony delayed it to August of 2024, not March. It didn't take Across the Spider-Verse's place. It went straight to August. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, August. And then it's like, fine, it's gonna stay in August. August is usually not the best month for movies, but whatever, it can stay there. Then it got moved to December. And this is the craziest fucking part. I think we covered the trailer for this movie when it was gonna come out, when it was coming up for December. So again, we did one for what we thought was gonna be the final release date, and what eventually became the final release date, and that was with Red Comedy. So, yeah. So we've been covering this movie for fucking hell, almost 2 years, and I finally watched it last weekend. It is the only movie of the Sony Spider-Man universe, that I didn't watch in theaters. I watched the others in theaters. I watched Venom. I watched both Venoms. I watched Morbius. I watched Madam Web, and I watched Venom 3 in theaters. I did not go to see Kraven the Hunter in theaters. And I don't think I missed much, to be completely honest. But I was still gonna watch it for this review. And I can say I've watched all of them, because after this is it. This is the last one they're making. At least movie wise. There's still the Spider Noir series that's coming out soon. That's filming. I'm pretty sure it's currently filming. So yeah. It's a bit it's still going in some ways, but kind of not at the same time. But yeah, I'm not particularly excited for for Spider Noir. I don't think it's gonna be any good. Maybe it is. Maybe now that Sony actually dips their toes into the official Spider-Man pool, they may do something good with that in live action after fucking many years. You know, maybe. Also, speaking of Spider-Man, some news came out yesterday about some movies. I'll mention it here. I don't know, like meeting consumers. By the way, I'm not doing any more of those. Spider-Man 4 got its release date, not release date, title. It got its title. It's now called Spider-Man Brand New Day. It is coming out July 31st, 2026, although we already knew that. What we didn't know, what's actually kind of the opposite of Spider-Man Brand New Day, Beyond the Spider-Verse. We knew its title ever since before the CinemaCon, but now we know its release date. It's coming out June 4th, 2027. 2027. 3 years after it was meant to come out. No, 3 years after it's meant to come out. 4 years after Across the Spider-Verse. Yikes. Yep. That's a something. That's certainly a thing. I don't know what to tell. It's such a weird thing, but yeah. Okay. I think I'll mention Brand New Day. I'll talk about more about Brand New Day and what it could mean. I guess later. And what I'm kind of hoping not the movie to be, but whatever. I'll concede, I guess. Yeah, no, that's it. So, Kraven. Also, I hope you guys have enjoyed the consecutive Marvel reviews. Didn't notice that until a few days ago. Yeah, consecutive Marvel reviews. I'm breaking that streak soon. Next episode. I am also recording 2 episodes today, back to back, so you won't be seeing this until I am done with both episodes. So, hey, the April Fool's prank today is that I actually got 2 episodes out. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Okay, I don't know how long this episode is gonna be. I have more written down than I did last time, and I know that the episode that last episode, Spider-Man episode, was an hour long. So yeah, I have less to talk about here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I've already rambled on enough in this intro, but yeah, Kraven, the last Sony Spider-Man universe movie. How did it fare? I can tell you right now, it's better than Madam Web, but we'll see what that gets it. We'll see what that gets it. So, let's start off with what we always start off with, the CGI and action. Well, this is where I give points to the movie. Not many, but some points. Except in the CGI department. CGI is pretty bad. Everything looks fake in this movie. Everything looks fake. I kind of understand. That every animal is CGI, and you can tell. Like, it is horrible. It looks really fake. The thing is, it's not even like I guess any accurate. Like, the animals all look off. They all look off. I don't even know how they managed to do this, but they all managed to look completely off. Insane. And that's really the big part. Oh yeah, and Rhino. Rhino looks terrible. Rhino looks really bad in this show. In this movie. Fuck, I'm so used to doing shows. It looks really bad in this movie. It's like on par, I feel, with like Secret Invasion. It's bad. And the thing is, like, this movie, it's like save Rhino for a huge chunk of it, and it still ended up looking like garbage. Like, come on. I don't understand how this even happened. I know. This is like a thing I can actually give Madam Web. It didn't have a lot of CGI. So it, like, so it didn't, like, that wasn't a big part of it. That wasn't a big part of Madam Web. So I couldn't dock a lot of points out of Madam Web for bad CGI when it almost didn't have CGI. Even though, like, the instances it did have, it was kind of bad. It was pretty bad. But yeah, this movie, I think it's more egregious with this movie. And the reason why is, again, it got delayed many times. It got delayed 3 times from, like, what I know. I mentioned this a lot of times before. But this movie got delayed 3 times. It was supposed to come out in January of 2023. Then delayed to October. And that was going to be its set release date. October of 2023. It got a trailer for that day. It got a trailer that was gonna be like, the movie's gonna come out by then, and it didn't. It didn't come out. It got delayed to August, and that release date didn't that release date didn't even, like, live for long. It got delayed to December because Sony thought people would be more inclined to see it for Christmas. That was not the case when we look at the box office return for this movie, where this movie was, this is not, here we go. This movie raked in a grand total of $62 million in the box office. Now, what were they thinking? Like, I don't understand what they were thinking, because they put up this movie to compete with Sonic 3 and Mufasa the Lion King. Now, of course, Mufasa the Lion King, nobody was really wanting to go see that movie. Like, if I'm being perfectly honest, nobody really cared about the movie. I don't know how it did as well as it did. Obviously, Sonic 3 beat it domestically, I'm pretty sure. Domestically, Jesus Christ, 721 million? What? No. No shot. Really? Okay. Point is, this made a lot of money. Where the fuck are they getting these? Okay. Point is, okay. Mufasa Lion King made more money internationally. However, it opened to 35 million domestically. But it released a lot more. People wanted to watch it more. Like, it got to that 720 million box office return, which is fucking insane. And sure, its budget is up way higher, but I don't know. Its size grossing film? Yeah, it's not even close. Mufasa is leagues higher than Sonic 3. That's insane. Moana 2? On 1 million? I know. I never even saw this book one before. I haven't seen any of I saw that 2, Moana 2, before. Haven't seen Wicked yet. Haven't seen Mufasa. Haven't seen Dune. Haven't seen Mulan. I've only seen 3 movies. I know. Yeah, I've only seen 3 of the highest grossing movies of 2024. And Sonic 3, just to put into perspective, where's Box Office Mojo? Here we go. Oh wait, did it beat it domestically? It did by 1 million, I'm pretty sure. Huh. Fucking hell. Okay, that's sad. Oh, made it by a lot more than 1 million. Okay. Yeah, that's sad. But yeah, it opened like Sonic 3 had a lot more had a bigger opening, but it kind of phased out quicker. But lower budget by 780 778 million. Yikes! All right. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know how far back I am from the microphone. That's embarrassing. Okay, but yeah, point is, Kraven opened up to Kraven was a week behind these, and not only that, it was a Spider-Man movie, like a Spider-Man based movie that's R-rated. Actually, fuck it. I'll talk about it. It's R-rated, but I noticed like throughout it that it didn't really utilize it both overutilized it and underutilized its R rating. It's insane. A lot of the action scenes towards the end of the movie, or it's like some scenes throughout here and there, aren't very R rated. They're just like normal. I didn't even. I forgot I was watching an R rated movie. Like midway through that. But Kraven, where am I? Here we go. Kraven. What it did with its with its I guess like rating was at the beginning where we saw like in the trailer, of course, where like Kraven rips off or bites off the guy's ear. Like most of the scenes towards the beginning, and I find there's a scene towards the end where it does get brutal. I will concede that happens. So I guess it's consistent, but also it's like it doesn't go all the way in, and it also as well like really overutilizes it in the beginning to like I guess like to hook people. And the main thing about this movie is like, yeah, it's R-rated, it's gonna be blood and shit, but like, come on. It's like you are not like you're not appealing to your target audience. Sure, people would probably love to see R-rated movies with superheroes. I mean, Deadpool Wolverine is a prime example of that, but the thing is that Spider-Man is such a kid-friendly character that I don't know if I I don't know. Like it's such a kid friendly like character that any like R rating thing, anything that tries to be R rated or anything above PG-13 is like not taken as seriously. It's like it's taken as very edgy. And I understand that, but like fucking hell. But yeah. And also, like that's the main thing. Like, there's a lot of blood, and like gore, not gore, but like blood and violence in this movie. So, yeah, it's sort of left its target demographic, and a lot of a lot of really big Spider-Man fans probably don't watch a lot of R-rated stuff. I don't think. So yeah, it left the target demographic. It released right next to two big movies. I think it had some composition on the same date, but I'm not sure. And yeah, no, it underperformed like badly. Uh, yeah. I feel like if it was released in August, I feel like it would have fared better because you're not competing with the December release date. You should have kept it. Sony would have been correct to keep it in August because they're so fucking stupid. Nothing. I can't name a single good movie. I mean, okay, fine. Kraven would have been the best thing to release in fucking in the month, but like Kraven's not a good movie. Fine, I concede. I agree, but it's not like August is a good month anyways. Hold on. Where is... There we go. American films. Where's August? Here we go. Yeah, it's not like August is a good month. I mean, Trap, M. Night Shyamalan. There was what? The Borderlands movie? Yeah, Borderlands. That was pretty shit. Alien Romulus. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. Alien Romulus was probably really good. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched any Alien movie. Gonna be doing that soon. That's a little tease. Yeah, no, if it just released on the 29th, it would have been a lot better because there's no competition up here. There's nothing. I cannot describe there's not like the barren wasteland that was late August for movies. It's insane. Why didn't they just keep it here? And then we go to December. We go to 13th. The day that what? No way. It released. Okay, the day the Earth blew up. That was 2024. I did not know that. Okay. Huh. That was weird. Okay, but anyways, it didn't have any competition here. It had we had the Lord of the Rings, the War of Rohirrim bombed. People didn't like it. I'm pretty sure. Mixed reviews. Yep. People didn't know what to think about this movie. It was really weird. I will admit. But like the next week, it was a wash. Holy, what the hell? Okay. So, Mufasa Lion King, Sonic 3, The Brutalist, and then 5 days later, Nosferatu. What was Kraven gonna do in this lineup? I don't understand. But yeah. Anyways, a horrible time for Kraven there. Anyways, yeah, the action. Actually, talking about the action. The action again felt like they really wanted to hammer in that R rating, but didn't know how to do it properly. So it failed miserably. Anyways, yeah. Ugh. Bad. Fuck, bad. I don't like this movie and its action. The action was like so bland. Also, like the action is bland. It's not very exciting. A lot of people think, oh, the action of this movie is pretty good. No, the fuck it isn't. It's really not. It's really, really not. It's not good. Like it's pretty normal. It's pretty standard for now. So it's not like it's something. It's something. It's not like Madam Web where it has like no action scenes. At least the movie has action. The thing is that it's not very exciting action. I never felt like I was on the edge of my seat, really being like entertained by this movie. No, I was like really, really bored throughout the entirety of it. But yeah, CGI is bad, action is bad. Let's move on to the characters. And there's only 5 characters. There's only 5 characters I really want to touch upon. First up is Kraven. This movie is not about Kraven. This character is not Kraven. This guy's a hero. This guy's a good guy that kills people. Sony has this like weird definition of what is an anti-hero. An anti-hero is not somebody who kills people but does overall good things. That's just neutral good, I guess. Or I guess chaotic good. I guess that's what an anti-hero is, kind of chaotic good. Maybe like not true neutral, but like lawful neutral would be the best way to describe an anti-hero is lawful neutral. It's somebody who mostly does things for their own gain, but it's mostly towards bad people. It's not they do what they want to, like they would do what they want to do. They have their own code, whatever, but it's to serve themselves and not serve other people. They don't care about other people. They want to, it's maybe personal revenge, and they don't particularly care about having to other people. It's just them. All that matters to them is them. They're not narcissistic, but they only work in their best interest and don't care how they do it. They just want to do it, but they work against the side of evil, kind of. Mostly. It's just somebody who has kind of a moral code, but doesn't as well. It's nuanced. It's a nuanced character. It's the best way I can describe it is somebody who does bad things to get good results. That's the best way. That's like the easiest way to describe an anti-hero. It's somebody who does morally gray or morally bad things to get a good result out of something, whatever that may be. And there's obviously the anti-villain who does... Wait, no. Weird. It's somebody... It's kind of the same thing, but they are on the antagonistic side. I would say, they're like the direct opposite, but that would be like doing good things to get to an evil outcome, and that doesn't really make any sense. Anti-villains mostly it's what I said for anti-heroes, like a person who does morally bad things, people, the things that are bad to get a better outcome. The anti-villain just does things for, they don't care about themselves. They don't do things in their best interest. They do the things in other people's best interests, other people's interest, but they do it through bad ways. And an anti-hero does things in their own self-interest, but maybe it's just kind of in a gray area. I don't know. I'm not the best way to. I should be the best one to describe this. I'm a fucking writer, but currently my mind is running in circles and not really all that well. It's fine. I know it's 5 p.m., but this is not my time. Anyways, Kraven, it's not somebody who does things in his own self-interest to aid himself, to take out a villain or something, or take out a bad person, but it's just for him. It's just like he wants to do it. No, he doesn't care. He's somebody in this movie. He's an animal conservationist, or whatever the hell they're called. He cares about animals. He gets powers. I'm pretty sure he gets powers through a potion. But how he has his powers here is that he mixed the potion that another character, Calypso, gave him, mixed with a lion blood, and this basically makes him become a terrestrial Aquaman who can talk to animals. He's a fucking Disney princess who uses animals to kill people. Now, while that may sound cool in a vacuum, I guess, like, that could be a cool uh, gag character or something, it's not who Kraven is. It really isn't. And I'm always open to new takes, but not one that completely butchers what the character's meant to be. Kraven is a hunter. He's not somebody who just hunts people. He's a hunter of anything. He hunts the most dangerous animals and most dangerous things on the planet. And that's how he comes across Spider-Man, because he needs a new thing to hunt. But that's not at all who Kraven is in this movie. He's not Kraven. Kraven doesn't have any superpowers. Kraven doesn't talk to animals. Kraven isn't a conservationalist. He is any of these things. He's just this character is not Kraven, and so let's judge him as not Kraven. Fine, he's not Kraven. What of it? He's not even a good character anyways. He doesn't grow. He doesn't develop. He just kind of goes places and is like feels sorry about his mom, which we learn some things. I'll talk about it later. But like we learn things we learn things about his mom through him telling us. It's like, come on. At least show like anything, but no, like that's it. Like his mom doesn't really come up all that much at the movie. So weird. Like Kraven is such a weird protagonist. I can't. It's not somebody I would root for. Because there's nothing for me to root for. His motivation is really just, I gotta kill this guy because I have a list and I want to kill this guy. That's it. That's really everything. And his motivation is to save his brother, which doesn't happen until midway through the fucking movie. It's insane. We spend a lot of the movie fucking meandering around until his brother gets captured. And it's in the most nonsensical way as well. You could have done something interesting, but how his brother gets captured is really weird when... I don't know, they could have written it in a better way to make it a little bit more, snappy. Instead of what they did here. And this movie's long. This movie's, I think, one of the longer ones of the Tony Spider-Man universe. This movie's 2 hours and 7. Like, it's pretty lengthy. So, yeah. Kraven not getting any development or anything, it's just bizarre. And, yeah, that's it. Like, there's nothing more to say. He's just not. He's like a non-character. He doesn't do anything. He goes where the plot needs him. And speaking of a nothing character, Calypso. Kraven tries to find Calypso is such a weird one. I'll talk about this more, but like Kraven finds her using tracking her through a tarot card that he got 16 years prior. That's no way of tracking it. And when she asks how did he find her, it's oh, I'm a very good tracker. It's come on, that's not how it works. Anyways, Calypso kind of sucks. Kraven spends all this time trying to find Calypso, and she almost adds nothing to this entire movie. The only thing she does is get Kraven into trouble by feeding him wrong info that she didn't know. I mean, she didn't know it was wrong, but that's it. We don't learn anything about her character except from her grandmother. Which, goddamn, I'll talk about more about her grandmother later. We learn nothing of this character. This character has almost zero importance to Kraven. Why is she here? So weird, so ridiculously weird. to have this character here. She adds absolutely nothing. She has also a nothing personality. It's like she's a nothing character. She's here just to kind of like, oh, we gotta have a sidekick, and yeah, no, she does stuff at the end, but that's it, I guess. Yeah, no. Calypso's just a nothing character. She doesn't do anything. Next up, I want to talk about is Chameleon. Chameleon is, I would like very loosely say, the best character. I don't know. Every character's not good. Not that the characters are good. I don't want to say the best character, but definitely the least sucky one. Chameleon's gonna become chameleon to the end, and I do, and I just want to say something. Chameleon, I like what they did here, and I like what they tried to do with the Kraven and Chameleon's like past and like together. I just don't know if it worked. I know it felt weird, and we didn't really explore how Chameleon felt being left with Nikolai all that much, since Chameleon forgives Kraven. We don't even see any real, like, we don't see any conflict between the two brothers until the very end, where this guy who has not wanted to do anything with his father's business suddenly inherits the entire empire and says, I'm gonna be a boss. I'm gonna be a don. I'm gonna be a mafia boss. It's like, come on, what do you mean? You've never shown interest. You've actively shown disinterest for it. And the entire reasoning for this character changing is because he changed his mind. Brother, what? So weird. What do you mean? Yeah, that's Chameleon. So yeah, I don't know, the fucking hell. Every character in this movie is handled so poorly. So weird. But yeah, I don't like how Chameleon was handled, and I feel like they could have done a lot more of his character. And he has a pretty out of character decision anyways throughout the movie. So what the fuck? Let's move on to the sort of main villain of the movie, Rhino. He sucks. Rhino sucks. He looks like ass. His motivation is ass. He just wants to hunt Kraven just to kind of say he did. He doesn't even care. I don't like his origin story of why he wants the Nikolai dead, or he's like, oh, I was told I was weak. You know, I appreciate that Chameleon had that sort of thing about him not wanting to be weak anymore. That's why he turned to Mouse Warren. I feel like that could have been a cool thing, but how they pretty much just butchered his entire character in that last scene is just kind of weird. It's just kind of really, really bad. Anyways, Rhino. How he wanted to be weak. How he didn't want to be weak and wanted to show people who's the boss and all that. And he took the Mouse Warren surgery. And also Mouse Warren is the Jackal. Cool reference. It's just a cool reference, honestly. But it's not even like a positive of this movie. He's like, oh, look, pointy thing. That's this guy from the comics. Come on. I forgot what I was about Calypso. Backtracking a little. Calypso's acting sucks. She is really bad at acting, and I'll talk about that later. Well, she didn't act as well in this movie. But Rhino. Rhino's apparently a character we see in the prologue, or like the flashback sequence. And he's like, oh, I wanted to impress your father because he turned me down. It's like, oh, I was there. You didn't remember me because I looked different. It's like, why did you make that way? It was a throwaway character in that movie. That didn't suddenly is our main villain. What are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? No, you don't. write things like this. But yeah, Rhino's such a bad villain. It has like almost no motivation aside from wanting to hunt the hunter and all that, just because he wants to do it and wants to take over Nikolai's business. But he pretty much ignores Nikolai for the entire movie and goes after Kraven instead. No wonder. And I'll talk about it right now. And let's just Nikolai. Nikolai is fucking stupid. Nikolai is legitimately the worst twist ever. So I'll talk about it more in the plot. But Nikolai is so stupid because he's the father and he's so hard on them. He's like a certain type of father, but this guy is tremendously idiotic. Nikolai gives I hate my god damn it. Nikolai gives Rhino some footage that shows that the hunter is a surrogate Kraven, and he gives it to Rhino, which happens from like some point in the movie, and Rhino goes after Kraven. And the reason why Nikolai did this is because he knew that Kraven would kill Rhino so that Nikolai could take Rhino's businesses. What? So he pretty much left it hinging on complete luck that Kraven would kill Rhino when Rhino has indestructible skin. This guy is stupid. Tremendously idiotic. How does this happen? How do you write a character that is? He's not smart. He sounds like so posh about it. Oh, I tricked Rhino into thinking that into dying because I knew you were gonna kill him, and then like he's surprised that Kraven, the guy who hates his father, would then kill him. It's like, come on. This guy's so stupid. This guy's so stupid. He's not even like I don't know. He's not even like he overlooks things. It's not like he overlooks things. It's not like he thinks he has power. He's just stupid. He's just stupid. God, I hate Nikolai. Anyways, this was the plot. There are some nonsensical scenes. Again, that scene at the end is the most nonsensical thing in this entire movie. Plus the card scene, where things just those scenes kind of happen because they need an explanation as to why that happened, and the ending as well. The ending is terrible. Again, like I said, it's just Chameleon continuing on his father's legacy, even though he legit showed no interest in ever doing that before. And like, yeah, I know it's terrible, horrible writing. Again, and also, there are things in this movie that make no sense. Like some more nonsensical scenes I remembered right now is the scene when, which also showcases this movie's horrible writing, where there's this group of people that are coming into Calypso's office. She's a lawyer, and they're coming into Calypso's office. And Calypso says, for maybe paraphrasing here, or maybe, but like she says, "Oh shit, there are 5 guys entering here that do not look like they belong here." And when the camera pans down to see the characters, there are 5 guys in business suits. What? What do you mean they? What do you mean they don't belong here? What do you wear at a law firm? And she's like says that for me. I was like, it's horrible writing because it's a line delivered so badly, it's insane, and it's just nonsensical. I don't think anybody would like bat an eye at people entering a law firm in suits. That's not something that would happen in real life. Nobody would bat an eye on that. Speaking of Calypso's writing, there's this scene towards the end where Calypso and Kraven are talking because we never see them talk throughout the entire movie. So Calypso and Kraven are talking. Calypso says that after the trip where she went to see her grandmother, like at the beginning of the movie, she says that, oh, after the trip, my grandmother, like shortly after the trip, my grandmother died. I never saw her again. That is on par with Madam Web writing. On par with Madam Web writing, genuinely speaking. And it is a Madam Web line if I ever seen one. That is almost like that is close to what to the line from the trailer of Madam Web where she says he was with my mother when while she was studying spiders in the Amazon right before she died. It's like on par with that. It's how are these the same writers? Hold on, no. I gotta check. Are these the same writers? There's no way, right? Art Markham, Matt Holloway. Oh no! Oh, what? Okay, so these guys, Art Markham and Matt Holloway, they worked on Iron Man, which is a very good movie. But they also worked it along with Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby, which, you know, are apparently really good writers. But that's like one of the first things they did. Iron Man. They then worked on Punisher Warzone, which I'm not sure if it was released. It was a 29%. Jesus. But then the next two things these two worked on were Transformers: The Last Night and Men in Black International, back-to-back stinkers. Uncharted was like mixed reviews. So kudos to that, but they also wrote it with Rafe Judkins, John Haley Rosenberg, and Mark D. Walker, so they weren't the only people on that. But Transformers: The Last Night, these guys were the main writers. Who the fuck is Ken Nolan? Jeez. These were the main writers behind this. And then they wrote Kraven the Hunter. What the hell? They were nominated back to back. But yeah. I was like, oh, they're the same writers as Madam Web. No. The same writers as Transformers: The Last Night and Men in Black International? What? Why do you... Why? Why do you hire... Who is Richard Wenk? Equalizer. People like Equalizer, right? Diana? So what the hell? Kraven the Hunter. But... Okay. So, what happened? Generally, what happened? Okay. Interesting. People like this movie? No. Okay, so some stinkers here and there, but that happens. But it seems like people like Richard Wenk does good movies. I don't know what happened here. I don't know why they assembled the worst possible duo. And then Richard Wenk, which made good movies, but he got the short end of the stick here by saying story based on Richard Wenk. Or story by Richard Wenk. So, and screenplay by Art Markham and Matt Holloway. I don't know how do you like hire those people. But yeah, absolutely, Jesus, it's terrible. And again, Nikolai at the end, like saying, "Oh, like we like I sent the tape," and the thing is, the tape isn't even that important. Kraven The tape is like a thing that happens like at some point in the movie and you forget about it. Like Rhino's origins, you just forget about the tape. So then when it comes back later, it's like, what the hell? Where did this come from? And the next person that brings it up is Kraven. Kraven doesn't know about the tape. So what the hell? What is going on? To my knowledge, Kraven doesn't know about the tape. And the only other person Rhino showed it to was Chameleon, and I'm not sure what happened to Chameleon. I'm pretty sure it was a trap, and they saved him at the end. Whatever. Okay. Terrible. The plot makes no sense. It's so slow. Like again, like I said at the beginning, meanders around until Chameleon gets captured, and also Chameleon could have been captured earlier. So there's this unnecessary scene towards the beginning where Rhino's men go to the bar, go to Chameleon's bar to shoot it up and try to kill Nikolai, and then like they just leave. And then later they kidnap Sergey, even though Sergey was at the bar at that time. Sure, they didn't know that Kraven was Kraven. Like they didn't know that Kraven was the hunter until like afterwards. But even then, like you could have written that scene earlier and made that more sense, and you could have made it so it's better. You could have made it like quicker, but no, that didn't happen at all. Insane. Wow, it's so bad. It's genuinely awful. I don't know how you even write something like this. Like there's like so many missed opportunities, so many plot holes as to why they didn't do things in there, and like, and why, and even then, I just remembered. Oh, they wouldn't have gotten to Nikolai. They wouldn't have gotten to Kraven. What Rhino did was kidnap Chameleon and then call Nikolai to ask for 20 million. What the hell? It would have worked. The plot would have worked anyways, even if Rhino didn't see the fucking tape. Why? What is going on? Who wrote this? I know who wrote it, but goddamn. There are some people in Hollywood that should never get jobs again because they keep writing shit like this. Anyways, yeah, the plot is genuinely almost nonsensical. It makes absolutely no sense. It's not even structured well. It meanders around. It's so nonsensical. Things happen all the time. It's so bad. The writing's so bad. Everything's so bad. Let's talk about the future and what I kind of wanted to mention. I was gonna say that Brand New Day could be. There was early rumors or rumblings that Brand New Day was gonna be about like the multiverse and stuff like that. I am not sure. I have also heard rumblings that Brand New Day is gonna be a movie that has the Chameleon as its main villain. I'm not sure about that, especially since Marvel can't use Spider-Man villains that have appeared in the Sony Spider-Man universe. Maybe that was rectified at some point after Kraven, bombed, but whatever. But I'm not sure. I'm thinking Brand New Day might be street level, and at the end it might tie into Secret Wars because it will release after Doomsday. So what I think might happen is that Brand New Day will be taking place either at the same time or before Doomsday, and it will coincide with and will explain why Spider-Man isn't taking part in the events of Doomsday. So yeah, that is what's happening. I don't want it to be multiverse. And I would say it's like they could put in a bunch of characters from the Sony Spider-Man universe into the MCU and kind of have that be there and all that. But I don't know if they don't do that, especially after Kraven bombed. Especially after the entire universe pretty much bombed. So I'm not sure if Sony wants to go in that direction. I'm sure they don't. But we'll see if that happens. I don't want it to happen. I hope that Spider-Man brand new day is a street level movie. From its title and from how the title even looks like, how the aesthetic of like the font and all that stuff. I'm hoping it's a lot more grounded. We'll see, but yeah. But aside from that, there is no future for Kraven. It's all done and dusted. There is nothing coming out after this. Thankfully, I was actually ironically excited for ironically, not unironically, ironically excited for El Muerto because I want to see Bad Bunny act, but then I'm pretty sure it got canceled. So yeah, I'm pretty sure everything got canceled except Spider Noir, and I'm pretty sure they're shopping around the what's it called, the Silk series, or that might be canceled too. I'm not sure, but yeah, it has no future. So sad to say, or very glad to say, this is the end of this Sony Spider-Man universe, and I'm glad to have seen it all. I've seen it every movie, but yeah, this is it. This is I guess the second universe I've seen to its end since I've seen also the DCU to its end. So sayonara, I guess. Anyways, by that, Kraven is a very bad movie. Yeah, terrible writing, terrible plot, terrible characters. There's almost nothing to enjoy. Terrible CGI. I would not wish that. Like, it's not a horror movie. It's pretty bad. It's a horrible movie, but it's definitely not the worst that I've ever seen. It's not the worst, but it's one of the worst. I'm gonna give it an F tier. It's just so painfully boring that I wouldn't wish this upon anybody else. Do not watch Kraven the Hunter. Do not watch Madam Web. Do not watch Morbius. Maybe watch Morbius actually. But yeah, that's about it. What did you guys think about Kraven? If you even watched, if you were part of the people who watched this, it's on Netflix right now. If you want to give your opinions on it, leave in the comments below. Our socials on the description. If you're listening to this on Spotify, follow us if you want to see if you want to listen to more of our content. Rate us if you think we're good. If you're listening to if you're listening to this on YouTube, fucking hell. Subscribe if you want to be notified of more episodes coming out soon, and also more D8 entertainment content. Like if you like the episode. Share around if you think it's worth sharing. And yeah, no, that's about it. See ya.